I'm James Smith. Welcome to In This Corner. This report brought to you by Tecate, Born Bold. Well, tonight at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, it was WBO 140-pound champion Terence Bud Crawford successfully defending that title and wresting the WBC belt away from Viktor Postol. In truth, this fight kind of played itself out like I thought it would. Chess match. High in chess early, but it turned around in round number 5 with a pair of knockdowns off the left hand, off the southpaw style, when Crawford early in the round, kind of a flash knockdown, jumped right on top of Postol, but the second one really hurt him, and from that point, he was in cruise control and went on and dominated the fight. I think I had it something like 118 to 107. After the fight, post-fight reaction and some special guests. You not only won this fight with your hands, you won it with your feet.
Of course. I just boxed. I had fun.
You did a little more than that. You did a tremendous job of taking his jab away right away off the southpaw style. You did a lot of parrying with your right hand. Was that one of the big part of the game plan, to take his jab away so he couldn't set up that right hand?
Of course. You take his jab away, he got nothing. All he was doing was looking for the right hand the whole fight.
Did you think at all about switching to conventional? You did such a great job off the southpaw style. Did you think about it at all?
No, we just stuck to the game plan. Stuck with it.
Kind of went like I said. It started out as a little bit of a chess match, high pace and high stakes chess, but in the end, Crawford's versatility just too much, and the power too much for Postol.
I expected more. I expected better out of Postol, but he just didn't seem to have an idea of how to fight Bud Crawford. And, they started out with a plan. It appeared to me that along around the midway point, you might need to go to plan B. But once Terence Crawford got control of the fight, he just never let Postol into the fight.
It wasn't so much as Crawford figuring him out. It was so much more as Postol getting frustrated and coming in there and opening himself. But the main thing was Crawford was so patient, and he didn't care about what people had to say or booed or anything.
Disciplined.
He was so disciplined. It was amazing. I was inspired looking at how disciplined he was. He was moving left and right, seeing, even when he was close, he'd step back just to see, if Postol was gonna go out for it or not, and then he figured him out from that moment on, and he was landing his straight, he was landing his hooks, he was doing everything from jab to the body, jab to the head. He did an amazing. It was an amazing night for Crawford.
He did a great job with his jab, with his right hand, of not even using it as a jab, but more so to nullify the jab of Postol.
That's definitely correct. One thing that he didn't switch so much is because he found so much danger in that right hand being a right-handed. As a guy who moves would jab to the head and jab to the body, but we saw what jab to the head can do with Postol is he goes over the jab with the right hand like he did with Matisse. And that's something that Terence Crawford saw, and he switched and he made it his way. He took away the weapon that Postol had, and he moved well, and he just pretty much methodically just figured him out in every sense.
You're my number 5 pound for pound guy. That's a pretty good list. I still think, as great as you look, that you can still improve on a lot of things, just little things, to even become a greater fighter.
Of course, there's always room for improvement, and we're going to go home and look at the tape and make our assumptions and get back to work.
Terence Crawford is a brilliant fighter. He switches seamlessly right-handed to left-handed. He has a lot of the nuances that I know you and your audience know about in terms of boxing, with old school stuff. Really, I mean 1930s, 40s, 50s stuff. That he can do in there. He's a brilliant champion.
But you talk about this young man, Terence Crawford.
What you want to know about him?
As a fighter, I call him a little bit old school, a little bit of new school, a lot of good school.
Well, you call him a little bit old school because he's a student of the game.
Yeah.
He study old films, black and white films, you name it, man. He go way, way back. He be running on a treadmill. He got his little video camera there, looking at it. He's always looking, so he's always learning, man.
But I got him number 5 right now, but I still said to him, as great as he looks, I still see little things he can improve upon, and he admits to that, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's always willing to learn. When we were down there sparring, like years ago, every time we got in the damn ring, man, and sparred, he brought something new. He didn't have a coach down there. It wasn't like Bomac wasn't there. Nobody. It was just him. You know what I mean? And he was staying out. You know, I had him out in a spot out in La Quinta, man, where I was living at. But man, like he would just always come with a different game plan, different style. Just man, frustrate me every single day. Every time I sparred him, it was just always competitive. And man, like the first time we sparred, he beat the shit out of me. And I was like, hey, for real though, he wouldn't say that because he's a modest guy. But you know, I was just like, yo, I sat on the ring. I was like, man, sat down. I said, man, who the hell is this dude, man? Hey. Google this guy. Who is he?
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, man, I called Cameron. I was like, yo, Cameron, this dude is, man. He was like, oh, you're going to send him home?
What did that mean to you, that you got in there with a guy and held your own?
He knew where he was at.
It meant a lot because I learned a lot, you know, inside the ring and outside the ring. You know, Tim didn't just talk about boxing. He talked about life, taking care of my family and taking care of my money and a lot of things outside of the ring, and that got us closer, you know.
Pretty sharp young man.
Sharp. But he's smart. He always had it, man. He's just a smart guy, man. And that's what, you know, a lot of sparring guys that anybody come out in my gym, I don't really hang out with them. But Terence was different. He was just different, man. I had a lot of respect for him, a family guy. And so I was just like, you know what, man, I'm going to bring this guy in. You know what I mean? This guy, he got something.
Great seeing you.
Yeah.
Great seeing you. Congratulations, young man.
Hey,
All right.
thank you.